All right, Victoria 3 fans, I want to do a real quick mod video before I get into the next series. Now, these are mods that I've tested in the next series that I'm going to go into, and then I've got 3 at the end that are ones I'm going to test in the series after the next one. I'll explain. Okay, so first of all, let me talk about the ones I had in the previous video. Controllable private construction, fantastic. Very happy with that. I just need some COM patches for that, and I know with 1.12 coming out in mid-December, those COM patches may be a thing of the past. Fingers crossed that we don't need to have those anymore, that we just insert what we need and everything works out. We'll see. We'll see. But anyway, I got to have COM patches with it to make it work with all my other mods. Consumption tax efficiency. This one is just a nice little quality of life. Show you in the GUI. Very good there. The universities educate with my COM patch. I make the universities back down to vanilla because we need to control those research speeds, as you may have seen in the last Let's Play. What I'm going to do further, not in the next one, but the one after next, I figured I need to take the Morgenrote settings and just take, there's like research bonus in Morgenrote, little game rule, set that down to 1/4 rather than full speed, just so that way I don't discover everything by 1905 or 6 anyway. The birth rate buff one, good mod there. Take claim. All right, now this one kind of overlaps with the mod, I think it's Better Infamy, that allows me to claim all of the or transfer all the claims in a region. So you can use that as a diplomatic article or as part of a war goal. So let's say I'm going to try to fight another country and want all their claims in a region. They have multiple claims. It may be less less maneuvers to make that claim, but it'll have an infamy cost. Whereas take claim is where it's going to be transferring claims just for a state. So somebody else has a claim there on one state, and rather than take all of the region at a time, I take the one at a time. It's going to eat up more maneuvers, but have 0 infamy penalty. Also, the one with the Better Infamy, it's a treaty article, and you're only allowed one of those per war. But the take claim, we can stack those up. So maybe having a combination where if you're attacking somebody and you want all of their stuff in East Africa, and they have a few things in the Congo that you want to grab, looking at you, Portugal. Maybe that's what you want to do there. Like you use the regional claim for the one big area, and then you use the state by state claims for the other ones. But anyway, it's a good mod to have. I'm going to keep it, even though it has some overlap. I think the overlap is necessary. Colonization pacing tweaks. Yep, keeping that one. Better Infamy, really strong one. Really like it a lot. The Greater German Claims and the Northern Frontier, these are good ones for a little extra flavor, as is Better Market Info, like that. Now, customizable AI difficulty. This one, I'm playing with it some more. So if you saw the last playthrough, you saw some things happen with that. With the next one, since I'm going to be doing a minor nation, I do some changes with it. But regardless of that, I think it gets to a point where once your nation starts to get past the others, that's when you want to go in on your game rules and change your AI difficulty from giving an outright boost to all the other countries to doing what's called rubber banding. And that's where you can grow really fast, but they're going to be pulled along with you at that rate. So if you want to have the other nations nipping at your heels, you've passed them up, but you want them to keep up a good, getting close to you, then rubber banding, I think, is the way to go. So I'm going to be experimenting with that, not in the next series, which is just the minor one, but the one that comes after that. I'm going to try rubber banding on that one there. But anyway, only one statue. This is very important. Keep the AI from building all kinds of dumb power block statues everywhere and eating up all their construction time and effort for very little benefit. Build one. That's it. Move on. All right, now 3 that I'm going to be trying out in the playthrough after the next one, because I've already recorded it, are the economic independence. Let's get that up here. And more brutal wars, and or sorry, not economic independence, economic imperialism, more brutal wars, and reinvestment nerf. The more brutal wars simply makes it where if there's devastation, it has deeper impact and lasts longer. So if you have a war, you have to deal with the aftermath for a longer time. I think that's fair, and that was suggested by a viewer. Another one that was suggested by the viewer was the reinvestment nerf. There was a situation earlier in Victoria III's history where small nations were given a bonus to investment, simulating foreign investment. Well, now that foreign investment is a thing, we don't really need it as much. So pull it out and make it where the other nations are going to be more dependent on that foreign money. Given that I'm also using the buff for for other nations with customizable AI difficulty, it'll keep them from getting too far ahead, which I think is fine. So I'm going to be trying that out. And then the last one here, this one really caught my eye, economic imperialism. The idea is if you have a trade block, great, that's wonderful. And if you really invest a lot in another country and they go deep into debt, then you can give them some economic reforms. You can also give them some economic integration. And, come on, man. There's a cost to all this that's coming at you. All the help we're giving comes with a cost. So this is a way where a trade network, instead of being a sovereign empire, a trade network can get its hooks into another country, but it's got to be through that other country running up debts and getting a lot of investment. If there's only a moderate amount of investment and the other country doesn't run up a lot of debt, okay, it's not going to become a protectorate and then a puppet and then annexed. So, yeah, this one is something I'm going to be eagerly trying in the run after next. But I wanted to get into it now just to let you know these are 3 that I'll include in my list. But if you don't want to be testing them, because I don't know how it all plays out with them, you could disable them. And they're the last 3 on the mod list here. Economic imperialism, reinvestment nerf, and then this one with all the Chinese characters, that is the more brutal wars. All right. If you want to test them, go ahead, activate them. I've checked them out. That does not look like they're going to have conflicts with my other chosen mods, or if they do, the conflicts are minor, and I kind of like what these are going to do, so I just leave it there. I don't have to write any com patches for them. Yes, this does bring my mod total up to 70, but these are very good 70 mods here. And likewise, a lot of them are com patches, and if 1.12 delivers on its promise of making better, more modular modding, then I could lose, I think, maybe about 10 of these or more are com patches that would just get yanked and we go on our way. So anyway, these are the mods that I'm pushing for 1.11. And the date here is November 19th, 2025. So if you're further along in your Victoria 3 life than where I am right now, you may want to check for a later mod pack video and go with that. Until then, like, comment, subscribe, be good to yourself, be good to each other, and I hope you have a great experience. And I hope you enjoy the mods that I got. We'll see you in the next video, which will feature a minor power. Ooh.